Well, guys, I get a lot of questions about bicycle locks, and many of you from Europe have sent in. I've got several locks, almost all identical to this one you guys just sent in for me to take a look at. I've seen these all over the world, everywhere except for some strange reason here in the United States. I just don't run into these very often at all. These are really neat locks. Very quick to lock up, and for those of you who've never seen it, you notice we got some mounting holes here. And this actually mounts to the frame of the bicycle. So it stays with the bike all the time. And of course, when the lock is open, the key stays with the lock all the time. So you really can't, it makes it difficult to lose it. When you pull up at public transportation, you just get off, put kickstand down, and then slide this dude. That hardened steel bar slides through the rear wheel, locking in place, and then you can remove your key. Very cool locking system. Very convenient, and you're just not going to forget it. These are oftentimes used in conjunction with a cable or a chain to lock it to the public bicycle rack, but they didn't send that. All they sent was this lock. Let's take a look at this lock, though. This is what the key looks like. And when you take a look at that key, you might start counting the grooves, and you're going to say, there's 16. But you'll notice it's a mirror image. It's the same cuts on one side as the other, meaning we can put this key in either way. So we're really only going to be dealing with 8 different wafers in this wafer lock. What the key will not tell you is how many of the wafers are going to be located on the top and how many are located on the bottom. In a perfect world, all 8 of them will be located on one side, make our job really easy, but I've never run into one of those. Usually it's a combination. There may be 6 on one side and 2 on the other, or 1 and 7, whatever, totaling up to the total of 8 wafers. So you really have to pick both sides of this thing. All right, wafer lock, double-sided. We got a tool for that, and that would be this guy. It's a dedicated double-sided wafer lock jiggler, basically. You can see that they're designed to simulate different bittings, and you slide it in, and then you just hold this and you kind of jiggle it around, and then eventually you slide it in and out, and you're going to hit the combination while you maintain tension on it. The problem is, this is a little too big. These were designed for the American brand, I believe it's the Series 500 wafer locks, and they're just a little bit too wide to go inside of that keyway. So we're not going to be able to use this guy. Next thing I like to use on wafer locks are jiggler keys. They make these in double-sided too, and they come in 3 different sizes. I think you see right away, these are like swords, man. This is the gigantic set. No way this is going to fit into that keyway. So we can reject those right away. We're going to jump to the medium size. Medium size is about right. Let me go through until I find a key that kind of looks like what we're looking for. It's the right length, it's the right width, it's the right, maybe not so much. It's a really paracentric keyway. So when we have a straight key, there's no way it's going to get down in there. Okay, we're not out of options. We still have one more. On the same key ring, we have double-sided wafer locks designed for really small keyways. And here's one that kind of looks like to simulate the bitting that we're looking for. And he does fit in there, and so let's go ahead and not so much. And here's why. I'm going to line up the stops here, and you notice that the stop is right about there. They're about even. This is a little bit too short. So the last, say, 2 or 3 wafers, it's about a ½ inch too short. It's just not going to be able to reach all the way to the back. So jiggler keys are out. Dedicated wafer lock picks are out. We got to do this lock manually. This is usually mounted on a bicycle. I don't want to put my bike up here, but I'm just going to have to hold it. Be probably a little bit easier on a bike. Let me zoom in and show you what the keyway looks like. It is kind of zigzaggy, so I'm going to try to find, let's see what we got here, a tensioner that will fit. Notice it is kind of inset, and we can only go in one direction. So let's try this guy. He's probably a little small. Let's try this guy. Okay, now what you're seeing here is because it's so small and the keyway is really designed to defeat tensioners, this is probably one of the hardest parts of picking into these. So just slide it in the top there, and then because it will roll out if you use light tension, I'm going to have to move the camera a little bit so you can see. Maintain moderate tension, otherwise you're just going to knock it out of there. I am going to use, see if I can grab him off the rack here. I'm going to use this guy. It's the 25 thousandths worm. There's plenty of width here. I just don't have a lot of height to deal with. When you're raking, obviously, we're going to try to rake. I don't know which side needs to be picked first. So I'm going to say the left side. Slide the pick in, and then you just start raking, maintaining moderate tension. At some point, you're going to feel a slight movement in your tensioner. That shows you you've probably picked all the wafers on that side. So go ahead and flip your pick over and try the opposite side, maintaining your tension. I'm trying to keep this in frame here. And try not to knock out your tensioner. Okay, you feel a little click. Roll your pick over and go back to the other side. Feel a little click. And just alternate back and forth. There's a click. There's a little click. Just minor, almost feels like a, there, it clicked again. It almost feels like getting a falset. Okay, now I've got a wafer kind of blocking me a little bit. There's a click. Go to the other side. Come on, don't get caught up on me. And there we go. We got an open. Not a whole lot to it. Like I said, the hardest part is in the tensioning. Of course, now we zoom out. Now we got an open. Unfortunately, there's no way to gut this thing. It's all riveted. It's permanently sealed closed. Pretty durable and pretty inexpensive lock. Great little locks for on-the-go lockups at public transportation. Just be sure and lock your bike to the bike frame itself, or to the bike rack itself. Anyway, guys, appreciate your time. Stay safe, stay legal. All you guys that sent this identical lock, I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.